Welcome back, shop rats. Today we're back on the Stitches Challenger and we are finally getting these floor pans done that we fabricated over about 6 months ago. There had been a lot of pieces and parts we're waiting on, there was just stuff. Today we get this first of the front floor pan pieces that we had hand fabricated, wrapped up, and get it ready to install in the car. And well, let's just watch the show intro and we'll see you in about 27.2 seconds. If you don't want to watch the intro, just grab your mouse and just slip it ahead just a little bit and you'll be right there and we'll be right into it. I'm Mike and this is My Car Shop.
Working out of a 100-year-old refurbished barn, bringing 35 years of experience to projects considered beyond repair. Vision, creativity, and problem solving are essential tools in this place. Watch as we transform junk into polished metal miracles. This is My Car's Shop.
Well, it's time to get this piece of floor pan from here to here done and installed in the car. That's the goal. I don't know if we'll make the goal because you know how it is. There's a lot to do, but I'm going to break this down into a few bite-sized pieces. This being the first one, these two here, which are one, and then we'll do this up here and we'll go from there. But that's not for today. I want to get this piece here done and finished and all finished up. First thing we want to do is leave this piece in and take this piece out because it's just kind of clecoed together here. Then we'll take this over to the bench and we can start getting it all cleaned up and fix some of this stuff and fix some of that stuff, and then we might even fix some of the other stuff. You just never know. The other thing we're going to have to do is get some of this cleaned up a little bit in here just to before we put the floor on. So but this piece is still pretty much in place where it belongs, and we'll be, of course, fitting things multiple times as we go along here. So here we are. I think the first thing I want to do is take my grinder and grind it all up and get the rust off of it. Get it cleaned up a little bit. And then I think we'll tackle this first and get this down the way it should be, so that we can get all this finished up and stuff like that. So there's a few little other things. Of course, this is going to have to be trimmed back in here some to where that other comes in before we can join those together. But yeah, I think getting that piece there done first makes the most sense. And like I said, I need to grind this up, but I think I'm going to take and try to bend this down where I want it first. So I got an idea. I've already bent this down here a little bit, so I think we'll start down in there. That's some stout metal there. Yeah, this is what we'll do is we're going to tink this down to match the floor here, and then we'll just do stuff. One of the things that I need to do is trim this back because it's like way too long. So I'm going to drill a couple of holes so I know about where I want to trim it back to, and then we'll take the cutoff wheel on the other side. So we're going to get that done, I think, first. That's going to help us in this area up in here. Remember that holes are just a way to transfer information from one side of the metal to the other side. So now I can just play dot to dot back here, and I know that I'm good here. I know I can trim here, and I can trim up to here. That's all we need to do. So we'll take the cutoff wheel and we got that nice and trimmed up there so we can bend that, or weld that when it's time. So I'm going to flip this back over again now, and we're going to focus and concentrate on this part right in here, getting this bent down the way it's supposed to try to mate this with the floor. And we're obviously going to have to put this back in the car to get it 100%, but I think it should be pretty straightforward here. We'll pull this out here to the edge, and then I can start hammering this over. Okay, so I'm going to start welding here and work my way back to try to blend it into this here. We'll get this peened over a little bit, weld it in, just work our way back along there, and yeah, it turned out nice. I just fitted it in the car. I had tacked it here. Everything's lines up good. I had to take a snoop off of there because it was binding to get it in the car. This is actually going a lot faster than I thought it was going to, so I'm pretty happy with that. Before I get too carried away, I'm going to tack it here one more time, check it back in the car, and make sure that nothing is binding. I can't emphasize that enough, how important that is. Don't get welding crazy until you test fit, test fit, test fit, test fit. Okay, we're getting there. So there's some welding to do down here to get this all seamed up, so I may do that from the other side, I don't know. I got a little welding to do here. I got this kind of roughed in now, the way this goes around, so that's good. And of course we need to go along here. There's a little bit of patching to do down here yet, but the next thing, of course, will be getting this cut off to the right length so it mates with that floor, so that we can, the floor hump, so that we can get that joined together. And what I may do, being as this is already cut with those slices anyway, is just bend it up and weld it underneath the car. We'll see, not sure. Weld it up from the other side here. Got some hair cutting to do there. Got this buzzed along here, so it's time to do a little grindage. Get this all cleaned up and straightened up, and yeah, we're getting there. This is not far from being able to install it in the car. Ground up in here, kind of down in there, not worried too much about any of that. Looks good. Got this edge nice and flat now, so we can peen that to fit. So I've got to go along here now and get this finished. That's not welded yet. Welded along that edge now. I think this floor pan is really close to getting installed, so I need to go along, grind that up, and we'll go test fit it in the car and determine what needs to happen next. And there we go. I think we're almost ready to attach it into the car. But the more I've thought about it, my instincts are telling me don't, because we still need to get this finished up here. And of course this needs to be on top of this one, but my instincts are just saying don't. You've got it almost ready. I want to go over here next, and I'm going to do this right now, and I want to go over here and get this kind of tweaked around where it needs to be so that it lines up and can weld to that. And we need to still clean up underneath inside the frame rail and put some rust conditioner. Got some patching to do here with this hole, but for the most part this thing is really ready to rock and roll. So my only concern is if there's something quite not right up there yet. I don't know. I really would like to get this thing in here and be done with it. Let me just ponder it some more, and let's work on this up in here first. So we got to get the car cleaned out so I can spin it up and look at what it looks like down underneath. Yeah, we're close. I just need to kind of teak that over a little bit here. So that's going to fit nicely. We'll be able to weld that up when we are ready. Of course, we still got to come in here and that down. This isn't exactly in the right place yet and stuff like that, but it's all good. Yeah, I'm pretty tickled with that. Got that all cleaned up now, and that needs to dry, and then I need to paint that. So that solidifies that I'm not going to be putting the floor pan on yet, but we're really close to being able to do that. But obviously that needs to dry for a few hours, and we need to put that on there. So I thought I'd show you exactly how I slip this in here at this point. It's because I got that flared over. It kind of goes down in, like so, and then back, and then cleat hole lined up back over here. And there's clecos along there we got to line up, and I think we're going to do those now too. But let's get this one in over here first. I think we're going to have to go under there and kind of tink this back a little bit underneath there. It's off, but I want to kind of get these in there if I can. So yeah, this one doesn't want to line up real well here. Our spacing is off. So let me tink, 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 tink here, and then we'll go underneath and tink, 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 and get that back where it belongs to be. And tight now. Our clecos are fitting better in there. So we've got a little patching to do here, obviously, before we're done, but we're really close. So there's a couple more things I want to do to this floor pan before we are done with this. So let me pull it back out of the car and we'll get after that. I got a little bit of welding I want to do right in here. And boy, that's about it actually. And then, well, a couple other little things. And then the last thing I'm going to do here before we paint is just go ahead and use some of this Pour 15 patch stuff to just go along there and seal all that up. And I'm doing the right thing and not wearing any gloves so that I'm sure to get it all over everything. So anywhere that there's a weld seam, I want to be sure to keep the moisture out on the bottom side here. Okay, get out my little brush. Thank you to Just Mopar Joe for turning me on to this stuff. I really like it. It takes quite a while to dry, and it dries harder than a hard thing. So of course, the trick here will be keeping my hands out of it. Well, there you go. Okay, good. I think that's all of it. So the problem I got is the lid was stuck on there, stucker than a stuck thing. And so I'm not sure what to do to seal that up so it doesn't dry out, because I couldn't get the lid off, so I had to cut the lid off. But maybe I'm going to use a little plastic baggie and just stick it on the end and hope that seals it off, and then maybe I can peel that off. So yeah, that's kind of a problem. But this is, I want to put some on the other side. But we'll answer that question when we get it in the car. So we're going to do the right thing and not let that dry and go ahead and put this in the car now. But first I'm going to shoot this with just some Rust-Oleum paint, I think, just to keep that from rusting. Okay, I put it over in front of the furnace to let it force dry. It looks phenomenal. It's not quite totally dry yet, but it's good enough for the girls we go with. So we bring you over here and let you take a peekaboo at it.
Peekaboo Street.
Really looks nice. That Pour 15 makes a nice seal under there. Just really, really, really thrilled with the way this is turning out. So all right, it's dry enough now. Let's just go get her in the car. Okay, here we go, guys and gals. Stay out of the Pour 15 and we'll be fine. Real fine, my 409. There we go. Look at that, look at that. Gotta get my light. So while I'm at it, I'm gonna go ahead and do a little Pour 15 patch in here. Just on some of these seams, just to seal things up a little bit better. And quite frankly, it also makes it look a little better, I'm not gonna lie. Remember, I try to be pretty transparent. Looks like I need to order myself another tube of this stuff. That's fine. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. And this, oh yeah, I got one in there too. Just in case, you know, there's any little pinholes or anything there, that'll like take care of it. Very good. Gotta remember that hole right there. I didn't want to paint my Cleco. Just like that. Looking good. Man, it feels good to be having these floor pans getting done now. It's big progress, 100% for sure. Well, I think that's going to do it for this one. Big, huge progress. I'm so excited to finally be getting these floor pans finished up and installed. We were waiting on all that 4-speed stuff. We had to wait for the order for brewers. There was just a lot of pieces and parts, and then I had screwed up the hump and the cross member, I should say, and then we had to build the hump. But we're getting there. Our last episode, we built that little piece at the back of the hump, and today we have blended all of that now so that the floor pan is ready to install. Our next episode, we're going to be getting this last piece of floor pan up here finished up. So I'm really excited. This is great progress. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. We're on the Face thing. We're on the Insta thing. We're here on the Face or the You thing, of course. So like, subscribe, comment, go over to the community tab. We also have a group over on the Face thing called the MKS Fabrication and Metalwork, or something like that, where we discuss in detail, how we do different things, and people share their projects. And well, that's kind of the hope of what happens over there. It doesn't always, but we have a few faithful people that share their stuff. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one. So we'll catch you on the next one, and don't forget, it's really important. Rock!